Hey up there, it's Big Gaz. It's Rants from a traffic jam. Yeah, we're stuck in it. I don't really matter today. Anyway, what have we got to say today? Do you know, I've had a few phone calls over the last few days, and I know it's companies that are, you know, sort of trying to do a bit of the hard sell or whatever, you know, market research, call it what you want. A few weeks ago, I got in touch with a company because I've got a bit of PPI, you see, and I want to get it sorted out. I want to get some money back. The problem is, it's an offshore bank. I might or might not be able to get the money back. And the company that I approached said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't deal with this bank." You know, I'm like, okay, fair enough. But my information's obviously gone out, and I'm having all sorts of people ringing. None of them can help me, but they're all ringing up saying, "Oh, you know, about your claim, you know, your insurance claim and all this lot." And yeah, I'm like, insurance claim. They're not actually mentioning PPI as well. This is the other thing. I think they're fishing. And I got fed up with it. I got so fed up with it the other day. And somebody rang up, and he's like, you know, first thing he goes, "Oh, hello, Mr. Dave," like that. You say. I goes, "Well, my name's not Mr. Dave, you know." And he goes, "I'm ringing about," you know, I think he was. Oh, that went blurred then, didn't it? I think he was from Newcastle. I'm not sure. He says, "Hello there, Mr. Dave." He says, "I'm ringing about your insurance claim, you see." And it was either Birmingham, I can't remember where. I says, "Yeah, what insurance claim's that?" He goes, and this one really got me. He goes, "Oh, I understand you had a road traffic accident." I'm like, "Did I?" And I thought, I'm going to play this. I goes, "Oh, yeah, road traffic accident." He says, "When was that?" I goes, "In the summer." I said, "It were in July." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, that's the one." I'm like, "How does he know that I've had an accident that I've not?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "So what happened then?" I goes, and I'm thinking now, I'm going to reel this bugger in, you know what I mean? I've had enough. Whether or not it will do, I don't know. I says, "Yeah." I said, "I was on holiday when it happened." He says, "Oh, dear." He says, "Where was it on holiday?" I says, "I was driving along, and," I says, this car hit me from the side, from the left-hand side. Right smack in the side." He says, "Oh," he says, "What happened?" I says, "Well," I said, "the impact," I said, "moved me right across the other way to the right with the impact." I says, "And another car hit me head on." He goes, "Bloody hell." He goes, "What damage did you get?" I said, "I got a bit of whiplash, you know." I says, "Oh, my neck ain't half been sore," you know what I mean? I'm thinking, I've said the right word now, whiplash. I thought, I bet he's going to do something. He's like, "Did you get the registration number of the car that hit you?" I'm like, "No." I thought, bugger. I goes, "No problem." He goes, "What car was it?" I goes, I don't know what make it was. I don't know who made it." He goes, "Oh, anything distinct about the car?" I said, "Yeah, it was an orange one." He goes, "Which one was that?" I says, "The one that hit me at the side were an orange one." He goes, "What car were you in?" I goes, "Well, I'm in a green one." And he goes, "And what car hit you head on?" I said, "That were a red one." He says, "Oh, right." He says, "So whereabouts on holiday were you?" I said, "Skegness." He says, "Oh, right, okay." And he's like, "Skegness?" He said, "Whereabouts?" I said, "Just off the Esplanade." He's like, "Okay." He says, "Do you remember what road you were on?" I goes, "No, I wasn't on the road, mate." He goes, really confused. "What do you mean you weren't on the road?" I goes, No, I weren't on the road." He goes, "Well, you know, was it private land?" I goes, "Oh, you could say that, yeah." And then he was like, "Oh, you know." He goes, He goes, I can't understand how something hit you like that, though, and you're on private land." I go, "On the dodgems, mate." I tell you what, I think it took him about 10 seconds. He said something. I think it was like, "Well, you bastard," and put the phone down. But I'm giggling away now at this point. I'm like, that's me. That's done that. I like that. You know what I mean? That'll teach them. I'll try that again next time. In fact, if you get badgered by people, do it, because the more people that do it, I think the more of them are probably, well, then again, they're probably that thick-skinned, they won't, will they? And then I got another phone call, and I'm like, here we go. I'll answer it anyway. I don't normally answer phone calls if I don't know who it's from. And but then again, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, yeah, it might be important, you know what I mean? But I thought I'll answer this one. And this guy from Liverpool, and he's like, "Hello, Mr. Dave." I'm like, "Is that the same bloke?" But no, he goes, "Hello." He says, "I'm telephoning about your medical accident." I'm like, "You what?" He said, "Medical accident." I'm like, "A medical accident?" I thought, fucking hell, have I had a medical accident? I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking, oh, I've got to get this one now. Medical. I'm like, I says, you mean malpractice, medical malpractice? He says, yeah, medical malpractice, whatever. I goes, oh, yeah. He says, we're ringing up about it. I'm like, oh, right, okay, that's good. He says, what happened? I says, I went to hospital about 2 months ago for an operation. He goes, which hospital was that? I said, it was the Leicester Hospital. He's like, oh, yeah, we've got it down here at Leicester Hospital. I'm thought, no, you flipping well haven't. Because you wouldn't just have Leicester Hospital, you'd either have it as the Royal Infirmary or the General Hospital or the, several hospitals. And I thought, here we go again, you see. He says, what was the procedure? What did you have? I says, look, I went in, simple, straightforward thing. I said, should have took 45 minutes. I said, I went in for a blooming vasectomy. He's like, oh, yeah. He says, so what happened? Did it not reverse right? I goes, not reverse right? I goes, I don't know what they were thinking of. I says, I goes in for a vasectomy. I says, I'll come out with no bloody bollocks. He says, what do you mean? I goes, both of them chopped off. He's like,
roundabout,
you what?
take second
I goes,
exit to A5.
both of me nut. He goes, oh, testicles. I goes, that's the one, yeah. He goes, what happened? I said, they chopped them both off. He goes, oh, not disgusting, that's terrible, like that. He goes, what happened? I'm like, well, I guess that would have been the bizarre thing, because obviously when I woke up and come round, and I thought, why aren't my balls itching, you know what I mean? And that's when I realised they'd gone. And hang on, I've just got to move over for this guy here, because he's trying to overtake me, and he ain't got the room to overtake me, you know what I mean? But everything's going slow anyway. Anyway, I says, locked them both off. You know, they're not there. I says, and they ain't done the vasectomy, obviously, because they've, you know.
4 miles,
he says,
then enter roundabout.
He says, so what happened to them? I goes, well, that's the bizarre thing. I says, what happened to them? I says, about an hour later, just before I got discharged, because I had a cup of tea, and they said, you can go home now. And I says, you know, where's me nuts? I said, you know those little sort of plastic pots that you get Chinese takeaways in?
Take third exit to A5.
Put them in one of them. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, what the bloody hell good's that? You know what I mean? I thought, I'll take them home anyway. And I'm really kind of... And the guy on the phone's like, oh dear, all the way through, he's like, oh no. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting him, you know what I mean? And he's like, he's touching, he's going, oh, this is terrible, we get good claim, like this. And I'm like, oh. He says, so what happened then? I says, when I got home, I had a brainwave. I thought, thinking about this, I was thinking, you know, our medical sciences, because you read things like, you know, if you chop your finger off, they can stitch it back on and it works again, and things like that. And I thought, I might be able to get these put back on. So I got home and I thought, how do I preserve them? Because you don't want them to go, you know what I mean? They don't want to wrinkle up and go off or whatever, you know what I mean? And I thought, I got the idea, I know what I'm going to do. Anyway, I went in the kitchen, and there's a jar of pickled onions in there, and there's only a couple left, so I thought, well, I'll have a cheese sandwich and I'll have some pickled onions with it. So I finished off the pickled onions and I dropped my bollocks in the pickled onion jar with the vinegar. I thought, that'll preserve them. And I just put it back in the cupboard. Obviously I could come out of hospital, I weren't feeling that well. I thought I'll sort that out later on, or tomorrow or something. Anyway, that was it, I left them. And I went back the next day and I looked in there and I thought, there's only one bollock in there. I thought, I know I put two in. I thought, where's the other one gone? I'm like, where the bloody hell did take one out? And then, anyway, my lad come home from work, and I goes, you alright? He goes, yeah. He goes, I was a bit ill last night. I goes, what sort? He goes, he says, I had a kebab, and he says, it didn't taste very nice. He says, I didn't put any chilli sauce on it. But he said, I still needed to spice it up when I got home. I thought, I'll have a pickled onion. He goes, the bloody things were off. I goes, what do you mean they were off? He goes, I bit into it. He said, it tasted disgusting. He goes, I think, he said, one half of it's gone in the bin. And I'm sitting there going, no. I'm not. And the bloke on the phone's like, oh no, like, he's really into it, you know what I mean? And I'm like, where do I go now from here, you know what I mean? I'm like, and the bloke's like, this is really, he says, I can't believe that. I goes, no mate, no, I know. And it was like, It was one of I couldn't stop laughing.
second
I was trying to.
exit to M61.
All of a sudden, I think someone else had been listening in on that phone call, because all of a sudden, different accent went, "You stop mucking us about, you prat," and put the phone down. And I was bloody. I tell you what. Anyway, that's my little thingy over and done with now. I'm going to go. No other news to catch up on, other than, like I say, these phone calls. So try it out yourself and see if you can wind somebody up, and when they ring you up and sort of try and sell you stuff. You know, I think it's a moral duty for us, you know what I mean, to you know, sort of play around with this, because at the end of the day, they're ringing you up. You've not asked them to ring, so you might as well you know, play their game and see what you can do. Anyway, that's it. I'm going, because the traffic's moving again now, and I'll catch you again next time. Take care. Ta-ra now. Ta-ra, 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 ta-ra.